to say, judgment have come to you, white America. The judgment of America. The great dreadful days of the Lord have now come to America, the land and people who worship evil, robbery, murder, rape, famine, and deceits are the order of the day in America. If there is anything like God of righteousness, if there is anything like God of truth, should not he raise himself up and take his place and put an end to such evil as now going on in white America? The people cannot walk the streets of America today without subjecting themselves to robbery, murder, rape. America is a wicked land. Everyone is against the other. Righteousness, justice, and freedom are despised and fought against, regardless to the clear knowledge of God, hourly punishment and destruction of America by his divine pledge of storms. But this is as it is written of America in the book of Revelation. In the Bible, they continued their evil ways and did blasphemy to God who had power over the pledges. They hate the name of Allah, the Great. They hate the name of his messengers. But nevertheless, that does not stop the judgment and destruction of America. Look at the wicked devil in Alabama. They are against us while we are trying to be at peace with them. But there is no peace in them. We have done nothing to them. They are against us just because of the idea that we are Muslims, black people. The white man have his way of ruling the black people for so long that he thinks that he still has the power to do so, while in reality, the white man have come to an end of his time of power to rule the black people. Regardless to allow God retaliation to the white man for an evil act done to the black man, the white man still keeps inviting retaliation of Allah, God. The white man must remember that he cannot win today over Allah, God, and his servants, for he has power over the faction of Atom. The judgment of America. The judgment have come to you, America, whom to you who seeks to fight against Allah, God, and against his aim and purpose. Whom to you, America, Allah, God, has made you blind to his judgment, and therefore you are committing suicide. He has made you blind on purpose to give you a full dose of his wrath. For a man does not know the danger of fire, then he can fall headlong into it. America has mistreated the black man for 400 years. She does not think that there is ever a God who accepts her black slave. Return on her head the injustice done to the black slave. This is the day and time in which America could benefit from what Allah God have revealed to me, and from the work that I'm doing amongst my black people, turning them from doing evil into righteousness. As it is written in the Bible, Babylon could have been healed, but there was a possible chance for a healing, and she had not gone to extreme by making fun of the God of the Jews in their temple in Jerusalem and belittling the power of the God of the Jews to retaliate. The Bible prophesies of the pledge that will fall upon America, and these pledges are falling on America now. And yet she will not repent, for America continued to kill the black one slave of righteousness and justice. Even though the black slave wants to go from white America, she wants to hold on to him. And America does not want to let her black slave go. America holds the black slave for a prey. Whom to America her days has arrived. She will not heed the warning. I beg her to let us be separated from her on little territory and a state to ourselves, to let us be responsible for our own survival, only to get out from under her injustice. But she refused. So it was with Pharaoh in the time of Moses. See, God went down to Egypt to make Israel and our enemies, the Egyptian, an example for future people, so that this may serve as a sign of what we see going on in America today. For a great judgment that Allah God promised to destroy white America, which are coming upon her, hail, snow, drought, earthquakes. Allah God have reserved his treasure of snow and ice to be used against this wicked country of white America in the days of battle and war. These are some of Allah God weapons, the storms that we see going on. The white man of America is not blind and ignorant. He had known these prophecies of his doom for a long time before we knew it. For the white man translates the Bible, and he knows what he puts in his translation of that which was written in the Bible. The judgment of America, all love and respect for the wicked have gone from them. They do not love each other nor respect each other. They have pulled off their clothes and disgraced themselves. This is also a pledge. We see some of these white people rehearsing the cage days of their fathers. They are not ashamed to do so. They come out with long straggly hair, as their fathers did in the days of the cage. This is Allah God forcing this white man to bear him witness that they really wants the caveman. Yet, a few foolish, unlearned black people follow the white man. It is a shame to pull off their clothes and grow hair down their backs and over their face by misleading the black man into following the ways of the white man cage days. The white man again telling the world how he had deceived the black man and is now making the black man manifest that he is too weak to seek his own. For nearly 40 years, I have been preaching to you, black man America, that we should accept our own. Instead of the black man going to the decent side of his own, he goes back seeking transitional Africa in the way they did in the jungle life, and the way you see in uncivilized parts of Africa today. They are not using barber tools, sneers, and razors to keep themselves looking identified as a civilized people should look. The black man in America accept the jungle life, thinking that they would get the love of black Africa. Black brothers and black sisters wearing savage dress and hairstyles will not get you. Love Africa. The dignified people of Africa are neither Muslim or educated Christians. But Africa today does not want Christianity. Do not think that you would get a home in Africa after this war if you are a Christian. To get a home in Africa after a war, you have to be a Muslim. The judgment of America, she is made manifest, as it is written in the Bible, Revelation. She is a cage of every unclean and hateful bird, every unclean and hateful human being. America, America, your days have come. Evil done to your black slave. America cannot repay that evil with another evil or trying to tempt the black slave by offering them your white woman. That does not help you in this day, but it does condemn you as being a double crosser. That you would even offer your black one slave, your girls and women, to do with them as they please, if they would just follow you. The judgment of America, Babylon could have been healed, but she was not healed. White America is just beginning to experience sorrows, mourning, grief, and distrust for anger of God and man. According to both the Holy Quran and the Bible, there will be plenty more of the same. And these two books, one can easily find everything foretold that's happening today. Time will grow so terrible some that according to the Holy Quran, children will become gravehead. And according to the Bible, great heart failures will become a disease upon the people who had the anger of God, the American people. The fourth beast in the revelation of John in the Bible, and of which Daniel described as a very dreadful, well-armed beast who working on that a death upon the weak, refers to America. She had no respect for the poor, the unfortunate. Daniel's description of a rib between the teeth of the beast is the referencing to this ill treatment, subjection, ruthless behavior by the devil to our people. This America lightens the poor with heavy sentences, long prison terms, and refuses to let the prisoners go free. This is due to a heartlessness and lack of compassion for the black man of America. This beast white man lies and waits around the black man homes and prowls the streets at night and wait for an excuse to wreak his ruthlessness on his poor prey, the black man. If the black man raised a hand to protect and defend himself, he is shot dead, is unable to defend himself against false charges. This beast keeps our people in sorrow and unhappiness by depriving them of equal opportunity. The black man rages are calculated by white wicked accountants, preventing the so-called nickel from saving by sky rocking and the views of the poor, the price of the necessary of life. See, this white beast persecute, imprison, and kill those who preach freedom, justice for the poor, so-called nigger. The white man does not want the so-called nigger to leave America, but she will not divide the spoil of America, the country which she has taken by force of arm and killing its owners, the Indians, with them. Let me tell y'all something, man. God hates these American white people, man, and he's threatened to remove them from the face of the earth. Now, I got to talk like this. He hates these people. He's about to remove them from the face of this earth. They're going to have to eventually pack up and get their things and get up out of here. Because, you know, this is how angry God is today with white America. So we see this beast, he would set up evil to be allies as a God. She discusses good for evil, and she covers this earth with filth, making it fascinating. So that man will bow down and worship evil for good. She set brothers against brothers for a joy, and then she kills both of them, whom to America, the murderous deceivers of the people. The God of justice and truth have pronounced a judgment against you, and by no means will you escape. You have made mockery of him, God, and his people, his words, the truth. You have been judged and found wanting to the so-called American Negro, the lost and now found members of the black nation of the earth. Come unite with Allah and me. Go to your own. You won't have to go anywhere if you only unite with your own. Heaven awaits you wherever you may be. I'm so glad and so thankful that God is coming to wipe this nation out, to wipe white America out. This wasn't a country for blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. I don't have no sympathy what God came here to do, to wipe out a people that don't have it for us. So we see now America surrounded with the judgment of Allah. So we see this four great judgment that Allah, God, is bringing upon white America are rain, hail, snow, earthquakes. We see them now covering all sides of America, as the Holy Quran prophesies, curtain her on all her sides. And these judgments will push the people into the center of the country. And they will realize that it's Allah God who is bringing them and their country to a nothing. Job in the Bible prophesies that Allah God has snow and ice to use as his weapons in the days of war and a battle against the wicked. We hear and read in the newspapers today of how great hill-like little mountains of snow are pushing down from the north, not only in the northern states of Minnesota, North and South Dakota, and Montana, but now the snow is in the New England states, and they are declared to be disaster areas. The announcer of the disaster of the snow in the New England states says that there have never been such great quantity of snow all up and down the coast to the Carolina. The rain takes up where the snow leaves off. The rain takes up, my brothers, where the snow leaves off. All around the southern borders of America, we see storms are raging. There are tornadoes and the heavy rain, and more storms are on the way, one right after another. In the north and far west and the east, we see America surrounded with the judgment of Allah, God. There are earthquakes and the seas is raging. The Pacific Ocean is now angry and raging and tossing up great waves as never before. Why should these things hit America? The Revelation teach you why. It is because white America is filled with devils and has such unclean person living in America that is true under hateful birds. Every filthy, shameless, wicked person comes here for a haven where he can do any wickedness he wants to do. And the country is open and welcome that type of person. As we see the few little Muslims who name Muslim means those who are estimated to the will of Allah, God. How the enemy hates us and seeks to do all the evil he possibly can against us by falsehood. These are not the days of Noah, Lot, Abraham, nor are these the days of Moses. These are new times. The enemy does not get away in punishing the righteous just because he hates them. Allah, the God of righteousness, is with us, and he just laughs at those who try to fight against him. He had destroyed a whole nation with less than the power of rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. The Holy Quran has the record of people even being destroyed. Allah, God, does not have to have something great. He does not have to go to work and get a block arm or a mountain and throw it on them. He used that which is with you, against you. The force of nature are great weapons as we see them in play upon America. Storm after storm of snow and ice are rolling in from the north and are pushing great drift that are just covering up everything. What can you do with a God like that? See, what can they do with a God like that? Because he will fight our battles. God is coming to defend us, and he's going to fight for us. He's going to kill this wicked America, wicked white race, and move them from the face of this earth. God is in control. He is in demand. He's coming to remove this wicked, rubbish, white race from the face of this earth. Now we see when Job prophesies that Allah, God, has his weapons store up to use in the days of battle and war with the wicked. It just takes some snow and covering them up. The Holy Quran says that Allah, God, destroyed people with just cold wind. He froze them. Do you think that you can get away with fighting Allah, God? No wonder the second song says that he will sit in the heaven and laugh at those who are trying to fight against him. He'll have you crazy. It is true. The heads of the government of the Christian world are confused, and they do not know that they are confused. Why? Because the great desire was to confuse us. Now Allah, God, has taken confusion out of us and put it into them. Eat, America. Help yourself to the desert that you have prepared for us. You eat it. All praise are due to Allah, God, who came in a person of Master Falad Muhammad. We went to Alabama and to any states that we go to. We pay a high price per acre of land that our labor have already brought for us. Now he wants to kill us if we act humble and peaceful and want to buy back some of our own labors. You know, I'm going to keep it real. I hate these white American people, bro. I hate them with a passion. And this is why God comes to straighten out this crookedness. I hate them with a passion of what they did to our people. Now, the Bible always said when God says, hey, revenge is mine, I'm going to repay. And we're going to leave it up to God because he's our revenger. He's going to repay. He's going to wipe these people out each and every day and every moment and every hour of the day. God is going to visit you. So it says, I laugh at some of these things, my brothers, that I hear what's coming out of Alabama. Not only in Alabama, but in other states in union. See, my brothers and sisters, they do not know the time in which they are living. Allah, God, is well able to take the country from you and give it to whom he pleases. It is in your Bible. Read it for yourself. He took the kingdom from the wicked and gave it to whom he pleases, those who are being people and righteousness. America is surrounded with the judgment of Allah, the four great judgments of rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, and the confusion in the head of states. The four great judgments of Allah. We see this four great judgment can never be ignored. It can never be avoided. So we don't want to help these people anymore. Don't feel sorry what God is coming to do to these people, man. Don't feel sorry because he's coming into the neck of the woods. Don't feel sorry. Because God is going to make them bow down, whether they're on this earth or in the heaven. They're going to bow down. They're going to, God's going to make them have love. That's the only way. That's the only way he's gonna make these people bow, make these people have love. But by then, ain't nobody want to come to to their rescue. At the end of the day, you're gonna see people looking at these people, and no one wants to come to their rescue. She won't. At the end of the day, she will want someone to have sympathy. But at the end of the day, people gonna look, people gonna laugh. Yeah, you laugh about us. You laugh about how you guys killed us and got us killed every hour of the day. There's a policeman dressed, you see, in a black and white uniform. See, they get us killed, at a cheaper price. See, that's when I want to say they don't care about our loyalty, because in their hearts there's death against this black man. They seek to get us killed at a lower price. So, the four great judgments of America. Now, to be pledged with too much rain will destroy properties and life. It swells the rivers and creeks. Too much rain floods cities and towns. Large bodies of water at the ocean shoreline will be made to swell with unusual highways dumping billions of tons of water over the now seashore line. Rain destroyed properties and killed cattle by drowning them in lowlands. Rain destroyed the hiding places of victorious beasts, reptiles, bringing them out, fighting small towns and people homes and farms. Rain weakens to destroy railroads, truck lines, bread, and bridges. Rain undermines foundation of all types of buildings. Rain make the atmosphere too heavy with musa, causing sickness. Rain with rain can bring destruction to towns and cities, causing various germs, causing sickness to the people. It produces unclean water by the swelling of the stream and destroying of the pure drinking water used for the health of the people. Rain is a destructive army with itself. Hailstorms are also a property and life destroyers. Snow is the most dreaded pledge when it comes in great drift from 5 to 35 feet. It buries your property and life. It destroys your highways in your cities and your gravel towns and cities. It put a great burden of expense upon the city. It put a great burden of expense upon the cities to repair it. The cage in or roofs of homes, the cutting off of homes, the cutting off of transportation, isolation areas bring about starvation. Communication is destroyed with the ice of the communication wires. Snow look pretty because of its clean look, but we see almost everything of nature is beautiful, but it can be turned into death and destruction against man. Snow is prophesied to be one of the weapons that God will use against this wicked America. Job 38, 22 and 23. Hell also is mentioned in the same two verses, where God plainly tells us that he hath preserved it against the time of trouble, against the days of battle and war. Holy Quran also teaches us that God used snow, rain, wind, hail, earthquakes, and fire against former wicked people. Is America any better than people read about in history that God destroys? No, she is not as good. These people was not as wicked as the American people. Earthquakes can destroy towns and cities instantly. See, America is in a grip of divine judgment. America is in a position towards a one slave, so-called, as Pharaoh was, with Israel as the slave. She is in this position because of the injustice done to the American so-called Negro slave brought to America over 400 years ago, refused to let America go free. They only said that you are free, knowing within that you are not able to lead them without anything. But the injustice continued to increase. Now they plan death. Now this is God's plan. Since they plan death, God is planning death. God will tear this motherfucker up. He will burn these people. He will burn white America to the ground. They will be cast into the lake of fire, into the lake of Hades. Believe me, he's not playing no more with these people. If these people ain't going to do right, God will burn them to hell. And that's where they're going. They're going somewhere into the pit of the fervent fire, that the fire never goes out, that the fire will never be quenched. So this is God was predicted by the prophet to come to the defense of this people, the so-called Negro, in these last days after they served the enemy for 400 years. The Bible declared to Abraham in Genesis that God will judge the people to whom his people Abraham will be in bondage. This does not mean Israel. This means the present black people, members of the black nation who have are fulfilling their prophecy. God in the person of Master Fard Muhammad will not be defeated. See, the more evil, deceiving, tricking, making false promise, the American so-called Negro only increase America's divine chastisement and doom. We don't feel sorry no more. We don't feel sorry for these white race of people, man. Y'all got what y'all, coming. Y'all got what y'all deserve. Y'all getting what's coming. So no one gonna feel sorry for you. America knows that our trouble lies in the mistreatment of the black man, the so-called Negro. But she is too wicked to give up tricking the Negro and deceiving him on false promises. She just cannot stop. The opportunity is to open, and she thinks that there is no one to hinder her. She thinks that she can continue to do this evil towards the black slave. And she thinking that every eye is not seeing. But God is active. He got real physical eyes and ears. He's capable of listening on what we say and do. See, I told y'all, God can take us by his finger and spin us as though we are a play toy. See, we cannot fight a grateful fight. That God is here fighting on our behalf. But God has chosen us, my brothers and sisters, to be his people today. He has delight in fighting his enemy. According to the history of the former people, delights himself by going forth against them when they extended the limit. So it is with America. They must be separate. America will not agree to see the Negro separate from her until she has suffered divine punishment as Pharaoh suffered. The same things that the evil nation suffered before them is now coming on this people. You know, this thing's going to get real bad. And you know, we don't want no restitution from y'all. Because we know how y'all are. Y'all like the people of Pharaoh. See, Pharaoh at one point he had to render because he seen that God was fighting on behalf of his people. And see, this is what God's doing today. He's fighting on behalf of his people. He knows their hearts right before they was even born. It's up to them to make good this day, brothers and sisters. But since they don't have it in their nature, this is why God comes. See, we don't want the restitution. We don't want it. Because we're going to see disaster coming in this country of America. You see, no secret can remain hidden because the chastisement of God, Allah, will not let you hide it. So she seeks, my brothers and sisters, to keep her slave robbed it, opportunity, and wealth. She envies success coming to the American Negro free slave. She charged them high prices to keep them down. He deceived them through a few of what we call Uncle Toms in the political circle, class, and all professional classes. He offered them a little favoritism to help her work against their own people, the black people, but they too will suffer along with the enemy of justice of the poor so-called Negro. They must be separated. We see envy, hatred are going between the two people, regardless of their social preaching, of social integration. The truth must come, my brothers and sisters. What is better than a program you find I have written you two black and whites cannot get along in peace, as you have never got along in peace. Do you know why America does not like to talk with you about the separation, and why he calls separation of the two people the wrong solution for peace between the people? He knows that it's promised and that God will do it. Then why do they not? They not agree with separate themselves from you and me and we from there. Why are the black man and white man all over the earth now in disagreement with each other to live in peace? Do you know why? Oh, foolish American so-called Negro, seek some of this earth that you can call your home and to live on in peace. Unite and ask the government for a portion of America. This is what we need, somewhere to live to ourselves. Let this white man live to himself. Two people are not brothers. They are aliens to each other. God did not make them brothers to each other. I ask you, my brothers and sisters, to learn this and learn it quickly. Fly for your life to the refuge of Allah and come follow me. America lands being divinely curtained. Holy Quran, Surah 13:41. See that we have visited the land, curtain it of its eyes. Allah hath pronounced a doom, and there is no repeller of his decree, and he is swift in calling to account. Black man America, there is no one as blind as you are seeing what is going on against America. I have warned you for nearly 40 years that Allah, God, and the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, came to me and gave me the knowledge of the truth, and have been preaching it to you continually. Now you see what is going on. As America has done, so now it's being done to you. America has surrounded the country of the people. She had blown the cities to pieces, and she had killed the inhabitants, those who left alive. She put to flight, running from shelter, from destruction by America might. It is very sad and horrible to look at the things that America has done, which are now coming on this country. For many years, centuries of years, America has lived a luxurious life while hating her black slave and depriving them of justice, shooting them down on the streets and on the highways, in the woods and fields for nothing. She did it just because she felt that she had the advantage, and she wanted to kill black people as she was made to do. And see, this is why God killed a wicked white race, because they always wanted to kill black people. So we see Psalms chapter 10, verse 8. He sat in a lurking place of the village and a secret place, though he murdered innocents. His eyes are set against the poor. See, up into this very minute, she is seeking to destroy the black man of America and deprive him of freedom to do for self. America never desired a departure from the black slave, from his white slave master. America wished only to hold the black slave in order to continue to treat him with evil. Pharaoh hatred and injustice to Israel and Egypt in a time Moses should serve America as a warning. But she have fallen headlong to the destruction of Allah God. America runs to and fro, seeking a way out, but she does not try to justify her black slave for justice and equality amongst the nation of the earth. America made us into nothing, and she used us to mock us before the nation of the earth. But a God with unlimited wisdom, knowledge, and power is now befriending the black slave, and he has chosen the black slave to be his people. But the foolish black people have yet to come into that knowledge that Allah God is their best friend, and that he is here to save them from destruction with people who have shown evil, hatred to us all our life. America divided us one against the other. The black man in America is so divided against each other that you seek all the time to do evil against each other. You cannot even befriend them lest they take advantage of it, call you a fool for trying to befriend them, as it was with us by Midway Technical Schools. Midway Technical Schools came to us for help. We gave them that help to keep them from falling. It cost us $30,000 to set them free of their back rents and other bills that they had. Take a look at how they turn on us for the purpose of wrecking all their beautiful business set up for them and others to enjoy on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. The fall of America foretold separation is the answer. The Holy Quran, Surah 81, 6, 7, and 12. And when the cities are set on fire, when men are united, the folding up is the title taken from the first verse of that chapter in which the above verses are found. When the sun is folded up, the Holy Quran, Surah 81, prophesies the folding up of a recorded work. A record of what people have done as you use will no longer be necessary. This chapter refers to what take place in the resurrection. One party is recorded as a beginning, while the other party is discontinued. We see this clearly being made manifest today. War causes the destruction of civilizations. War destroys the cities or towns of a nation. Chapter 81 of the Holy Quran is now being fulfilled. The sun and the stars, mountain, camel, and wild animals all mentioned in the first 4 verses of this chapter, and are not without. The coming of God refers to by the prophet is unite a people who have been divided against self by their enemies. He chose these people for building a better world. The Bible Revelation refers to destruction of the beast and its chief instructor, the dragon. The name beast given here is not referring to a 4-foot animal, but to a people who rule is like that of a savage beast. The theologians, most of them, from the time of Martin Luther, who I think was the author of these terms, beast, dragon, especially the late Pastor Russell and Judge Rutherford, founder of Jehovah's Witnesses, take the term dragon to refer to the Pope of Rome, the father of the Christian church and the Christian religion. This is the first time since we have been lost in this part of the earth that we want to unite the black nation of the earth into one under the guidance of God who is now present. Why should the master continue to deceive his slave? He teaches the slave that he is a free citizen with equality. Why do you slave master want to hold them for hostage? Pray. You do not need them. Your machines do the labor that slave used to do. Why not let them go? You want to go to war against Allah and the freedom that Allah came to do for you slave? Before you, Pharaoh had that same idea. He did not want Israel to go free in the land to themselves. Pharaoh lost the war against Allah and was drowned in the Red Sea. Loser of this war will land in a lake of fire, not water. And while America wants to free her slaves, she can easily do so. This will be simpler and easier than what she is doing, killing, provoking them through police force, National Guard, and finally the U.S. Army, as we see in Detroit, Michigan. America's actions show us 2 things. Firstly, she wishes to cause fear amongst the so-called nigger with a display of many deadly weapons by lies moving the fear. Secondly, she fears to approach an armed slave unless she is armed. This has been a historical relation between the white man and his slave. The white man seeks the leaderships of the so-called nigger to help him keep the dissatisfied slave subject to him without complaint about injustice. The white man would say, nigger, you should be happy. You are better off than many of your black kind with a job. The white slave master brought our fathers here to do slave work. Our free laborers that made the white slave master richer than their brethren, Europeans. They offer us any of this land that they took from the Indians. The 22 million so-called niggers should be seeking some of this earth on which to live and build an independent nation out of the South. See, the white slave master only offers a job. Allah God has come in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, to free us. The Negro slave must be free. This is the meaning of the resurrection. Allah God has says to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that he intends to free the American so-called at any price. For 400 years, you slave masters have been killing the so-called without receiving any resistance, regardless of his peaceful way with you. But the Muslims have tried to live in peace here in America. There is not a single incident in our 36 years of history where we have ever made an aggressive move against you, but you have attacked us several times. We have proved to the world that you are impossible to live with in peace. You have condemned and killed the just and he who do not resist you. James 5:6. You have destroyed many towns and cities, people, as you have divided the so-called one against the other. So Allah shall divide you and your brethren. As you have done to others, so shall it be done to you. The Bible. And when the cities are set on fire, this is a sign of the end of you as a power. The house doomed to fall. We cannot deny the fact that the Christian rest is responsible for this universal corruption of land and sea. From the same corruption that their own hands has made will come their doom. Christian preach that which they do not do and cannot do, such as love your neighbors. I have yet meet one who loved his neighbor as did himself. Thou shalt not kill. I have yet to meet such a Christian. They even fight against each other, rob and kill each other, but yet represent themselves as world peacemakers with whom? The great deceivers of the world will reap what they have sown. Have they not corrupt many people? Nation under disgust of good, peaceful, loving Christians? The Christian rest is full of the worst crime, practicing evil to the fullest, seeking to practice them on other nations as well. The universal temper are ever parade before the world. They both have new girls and women. They are before your eyes in almost everything. Murdering, gambling, robbery, drunkenness, drug, adultery, lying. There is hardly any end to it. The lands and seas are filled with deadly weapons of wars. The islands of the seas are filled with corruption. All other nations of earth. For they are proud and boastful, and they are hated and despised it according to their wishes. The religion of Christianity is a curse to us, the black man, and is full of slavery teachings today. They have poisoned the Bible with their adding to and taken from the truth. Now their doom is in sight. It is their own work. They command the seas with their powerful navies, parking them off the shore. Other nations. They secure the air base on their soils to place the deadly bombs carrying planes with an easy striking distance of those whom fear to be the enemies. Is this not the easy way to make an enemy? Is this the act of a real Christian, a follower of Jesus, when they preach came for the peace of mankind, to teach the seeking of the sword and the turning of the other cheek? Where is a Christian amongst this race? To love marrying other people's affairs? They are an ever fight a war if it matters not with whom or where, but yet crying peace, peace, with every deadly weapons of war to provoke other nations to war. Shall not the God of peace and justice deal with you and your troublemaking as he did with those before you? I warn every one of you, my people, fly to Allah with me for refuge. As I warn you, the judgment of this world has arrived. Get out of the slave-making Christianity and to the right religion of Islam. The house you are in shall surely fall and never rise again. The destruction and fall. The destruction and fall of the world that we have known is now without a doubt and process. When we refer to the world, we are referring to the world of the white man. For the world of the black man have yet to come in. The world of the black man, by divine guidance, is now merging in on the old world of the white race. This makes the destruction and fall of the white man. Here in America, we cannot see nothing but the fall of America. It is no secret. It is obvious to the eyes that are open. If we want to close our eyes and minds, claim that we do not see and understand, they will be falling ourselves. The destruction and power that is bringing about the fall of the world of the white man is coming from Allah, God. In the past history of the world of the white man, there was never a time of destruction of his world like the present time. It is useless for you to try to prevent the fall of the white man's world. There is no checking it. The white race has not tried to do the right thing, justice. Doing the justice would have checked her fall. The Bible, Jeremiah. But America was never willing, and even at this hour, she is not willing to do justice by those whom she had mistreated. She had dealt injustice to her black one slave for nearly 500 years that she had been in the Western Hemisphere. America has constantly burdened the poor black slave with every evil that she could imagine. Her evil scientists who have been in more and more evil practice have not been able to invent any more evil than that which they have already put out. We see day and night without a let up. We see the white man mistreat the poor black slave. And now since heaven and the God of peace, justice, freedom, equality have come to the black slave, the white man is trying to make everyone that recognize the truth deviate from it. The white man says, do not accept it. He makes the black man hypocrite against his own starvation. The white man trolls the one who have not as yet accepted the truth of their starvation. And he promised them that he will never be able to fulfill. America is falling. She is now losing the power and authority that she was enjoying in foreign lands. Her fall is very visible. Wherever her authorities have been exercising, the people are now crying out in one voice, leave us, America. Go home to America. The citizens of the country are telling American citizens, leave us. America no longer has friends. America and England deposited little brother Israel on foreign soil, the Palestinians, which is Arab land. Deprive the Arabs of their own land and send them to the exile. See, this injustice against the Arabs is now causing America the power and authority that she was once excised in the East. She is on her way out of the Near East. This means bloodshed and plenty of it. In the Near East, there stand navies which are neither American nor British. They are there to drive America out. Skies over there are beginning to thicken with foreign planes carrying deadly weapons, guns, and bombs. They will not be satisfied as long as Israel is in Palestine. The boil has come to a bursting point. We are in a troubled world. We are in a world that is now erupting. Black man who was once a slave in America, you have a way of escape. The way out is now your own turn. It is on the condition that you submit to Allah, God, and come follow me. It's the only way out. I am the door, and I have the keys to your starvation, rejected, and died. We are in a world that is falling. It will soon be going up in flame. In Germany, the Cold War between East and West will soon erupt into a hot war. It will never be settled in peace. East and West, Germany must and will fight out all of the deadly weapons that the war scientists have planned and perfected for the final showdown. You do not have to worry too much about whether or not America is coming out of Asia. Certainly, America is coming out of Asia. The odds are against her staying there. But I warn you, my black people, my black brothers here in America, that while she is on her way home, we the black people are standing in a crossfire. The only hope that we have is to fly to our refuge and Allah, God. Look at what is going on to the south of us. Look at the many hijack, stick up of planes. America is afraid to put a stop to the hijack, but she knows that she's going to run into more than she expected. Who would have thought that the big power of America would suffer such disgrace at this day and time? This is to teach you and me, black brothers, that the great power of America is becoming weak and she is falling. I said, black brothers, join to your own kind. Come follow me, for the world that you and I have known will soon be no more. The days of America downfall. Allah manifest the fall of America and desire to make America fall as a warning to her brothers in Europe. White America and Germany, Allah has taught me, are the most wicked of the right race. The wicked deeds that have been performed and are still being performed by white America upon the so-called slave are the worst in animal history. They have been clever enough in their wickedness to make the so-called Negro slave love them, though they are their open enemies and murderers. Allah and the person of Master Fala Muhammad, whom praise are due forever, now judge the American whites and cause America fall and total destruction. Egypt under Pharaoh as example, fulfilling the signs and other prophecy of the doom of this people, as foretold by the prophet from Noah to Jesus. Moses and Jesus are the most outstanding prophets in the history of the Caucasian race for the past 4,000 years. There are several others contemporaries, but Moses and Jesus are the major prophets of the right race history. The whole of the civilized world today, as prophesied in Isaiah, is against this white man of America. Allah hates this wicked American whites and threatened to remove them from the face of this earth